Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer action. I'm here with Game 2 of me and Styx. I saw that the hotfix was released this morning, so quickly disconnected my internet before it had a chance to download so that I could record these without them getting desynced. But hopefully you all are enjoying the nerfed gaskets. I guess Creative Assembly, someone from there watched my tournament over the weekend and decided that maybe it was a little bit too much, and yeah, I would probably agree with that. But anyway, no screaming memes here, despite the desert theme. We have the Chevaliers de Lyonesse, but no Reponse. Actually, a very cool build from Styx, using the Prophetess Lore of Heavens. Also got Henri up in there, leading a unit of Royal Hippogriff Knights, as well as a healer on the ground, I believe, mixed in with some battle pilgrims here. Got some peasant mobs, plenty of knights, of course, as well. Knights of the Realm, mounted yeomen also. And specifically here, Styx thought was to use the mounted yeomen against the Scourgerunner chariots, because obviously they have 92 speed, they can easily catch them, and with a couple of chevrons here, mounted yeomen actually chevron very cost effectively. And I am planning a chevron guide relatively soon, because I do think it's one part of the game that not a lot of players understand very well. But yeah, just very cost effective here. Good melee defense for melee light cav of this cost. 28 is pretty decent, and you know, they're pretty cheap, so even if you do end up losing them, not a big deal. But yeah, we're going to see how they do. For myself, I've got two Scourge Runners, including the ROR here. Malice on the ground, Scream Tank, we've got Lore of Fire, plus some Dread Spears, a single unit of Dark Riders, and the Regiment of Renown Knights of the Ebon Claw to kind of act as a bodyguard here for Malice. So yeah, we're going to be doing some skirmishing, throwing some shots into that Prophetess Lore of Heavens. It's got Harmonic Convergence and Curse the Midnight Wind, as well as the scroll that gives, what is it called there? I forget the name of it. I've used this thing before. This Assault of Stone, that's it. Basically drops a bunch of trebuchet rocks from the sky, and going to be used to very good effect here against this nice blob of expensive cavalry, and especially these Knights of the Ebon Claw just getting smashed, losing a ton of unit models there. And basically, did that actually direct hit that chariot? I can't tell. That lightning bolt there, pretty good stuff. Henri Le Massif coming in. He hasn't taken much damage, despite the Knights of the Ebon Claw. They have lost quite a few models, down to only 22, so not the best trade for me, but I am able to get the chariots up and away, kind of using the Dark Riders to break the line here, and we have done a lot of damage to the Prophetess. And now I can kind of come in here with Malice, get on these mounted yeomen, try and rout them off, and Henri is at least being kept busy by the Manticore, if nothing else, although, yeah, I did have to burn that, which is not the best. Not a summon, so it's not necessarily for free, and that is not my only source of terror, but currently the Scream Tank up in the front line, helping to support those Dread Spears and hopefully terrify away some of those peasants. But I can't really get my chariots online because I don't have enough numbers to protect, and a very good use of ground plus air cav, and I didn't actually catch that direct, but I believe that lightning bolt also just killed something. I want to say it killed a bunch more of those Knights of the Ebon Claw. Yeah, it looks like they're down to only 10. They've got 76 melee defense now, though, with some extra weapon damage from that Cascading Fire Cloak. Malice comes in, gets a few good hits, so Henri is definitely taking it in the teeth as well in return, but he does have a healer, still safe, parked nicely here in the back, and because of the nice mobile pressure here, you can see Styx, kind of from an overarching view, has got the numbers to pressure me from all sides. So I'm playing, you know, kind of against the initiative here and being forced to react to what he's doing, and I can't necessarily even get back to snipe at that caster. Maybe I could try and shoot it with the Scream Tank, but the fact that he has that, I mean, it doesn't matter a whole lot that I've been able to just about finish off the Prophetess and Henri, because that healer is going to be able to bring them back in the fight. With the Prophetess, of course, having Arcane Conduit. Looks like she actually did not bring Arcane Conduit. I'd definitely say that's so. Well, no, she does have it. Okay, I was going to say, you definitely should have it, but yeah, she did have it there. So that extra Winds of Magic regeneration, of course, can be applied to the Damsel. You know, the Prophetess can kind of act as the battery there. And yeah, things are looking pretty even. Maybe I can try and pull things back. I mean, obviously, I've still got the Tsarkan form on Malice. The Scream Tank looking in pretty good shape here, and I've also got a bit of ammunition left, so you can see the Knights of the Realm coming in here. Lance formation, they're going to do decent against the Dread Spears, but the Feral Manticore still hanging around here, providing a nice little single entity monster to I guess, fight the only knight nearby and still get lanced in the face and staggered and possibly routed, but so that's just how it goes, you know. You can see the mounted yeoman, despite the fact they haven't actually been doing much damage to the Scourge Runner chariots, just the fact that he has the extra cav bodies to continuously harass them, kind of bog down their movements, and just be annoying in general. I haven't been able to really focus fire as well as I needed to with the Scourge Runner chariots, but the infantry fight as well. I mean, although I've been able to trade pretty well, Dread Spears aren't going to do I say aren't going to do amazing. 80 kills, pretty decent, but the Scourge Runner chariots, because of the mounted yeoman harass, haven't been able to really push this in my favor. So it's ended up going a little bit even in terms of the infantry fight, and that's really not what I needed here. The thing about the Scourge Runner chariots, you can see Styx also pinching the Manticore there, and also going to finish off that Sorceress as well. But yeah, the thing about the Scourge Runner chariots is you kind of have to go all in on the kite. Otherwise, you end up getting swarmed like this, and you can't really make the best use of them. I still was able to use up just about all of my ammo, but it's not going to end up mattering here, as the Damsel has put enough healing into Henri to pretty much bring him back, I think. Yeah, he's still in the fight here. Damsel herself. And at this point, the knights, the ground knights, plus the swarm of peasants can probably finish things off. I'm going to go ahead and pop Zarkan, see if I can't finish off some of these knights with that Soul Stealer effect. I also probably should have used that damage resistance right off the bat. You pretty much want to keep that damage resistance one on cooldown as much as possible, because it does help resist that degeneration effect, of course. Still, we've got a few hits with the steam tank. Few shots left. Not going to make the most efficient use of them. I could potentially snipe out the Prophetess or Henri if they were to come within range, but Styx is doing a good job kind of staying out on the periphery here, and I'm also making a bit of a mistake in leaving this thing on fire at will, so it's just going to be continuing to shoot its ammo at kind of whatever's in front of it, which is okay, not the worst thing in the world, but in this kind of a late game situation, you definitely want to try and preserve that if you can. Preserve that ammo for high-value targets. And you can see we've managed to claw back on the balance of power. These Dark Elves definitely not giving up easily. But Henri, of course, sensing that he just needs to watch as the peasants do their duty. No need for him to engage right now. He just needs to wait, more or less, for Zarkan to degenerate. And we're going to fast forward through this late game, as basically it's more or less just that. You can see also that I'm not using the Scream Tank to shoot at any of these characters, which in hindsight was definitely a big mistake. Using the Scream Tank, especially to try and snipe out the Damsel, because it's accurate enough, has good enough damage. You can actually snipe out the Damsel reasonably well, so in hindsight I would definitely say that's a mistake from me, but very well played to Styx there. Great use of the Prophetess. I love that. And only 26 kills, but still, a lot of those, basically all of those, are Knights of the Ebon Claw. So, very high value kills at that. Definitely paid for herself several times, probably. Damsel Lore of Life, same thing here. Keeping Henri on the field into that late game just helped keep that balance of power from going too far out of Styx's favor. Knights of the Realm also did a great job kind of getting good rear charges, helping clean up that spear line. Otherwise, this fight might have gone a little bit better in my favor. You can see 2 Dread Spears actually did get some, or 3 rather, got some chevrons. So, Dread Spears, of course, being very cost-effective here. Royal Hippogriff Knights kind of got crumped on a little bit by some various situations, but at the same time, they were able to bait in a really big engagement and kind of force me countercharge in with my Knights of the Ebon Claw, and I probably shouldn't have blobbed in with my Dark Riders as well. In hindsight, that was definitely a bit of a mistake, but those Dark Riders were bound to just die at some point against all of this heavy cavalry. Yeah, Battle Pilgrims, very nicely done, 41 kills there. And again, the Mounted Yeoman Archers, although they didn't do much damage, just the fact that they were bogging down my Scourge Runner chariots, also because my Scourge Runner chariots are on fire at will that whole time, right? If the Yeomen are the closest thing, they're likely to shoot just the Yeomen, right? So they're going to end up wasting some shots on some low-value units, and it's just very cost-effective. I found the best way of dealing with Scourge Runners is with light cav, or just with mass numbers, so they can't really have that many good targets to shoot at, or, of course, have healing single entities. But anyway, on the flip side, for me, Scream Tank, definitely a very strong pick in this matchup. I like Malice quite a bit here, too. He's relatively hard to snipe for somebody like Lewin or Henri, and obviously that big Soul Stealer effect is pretty decent against Cav. I almost wonder, though, you wouldn't be better off to go for Malekith on a cold one. I'd have to check the price differential, but you'd at least be able to save a bit probably on the caster. Maybe just go a little bit wider here. Likewise, Knights of the Ebon Claw, nice on paper, but I think, again, I would just probably go, in hindsight, a little bit further into the Kite. Maybe bring one more Scourgerunner Chariot and then one more Dark Rider here, just to kind of round out this build. The Manticore also, it's an interesting pick. You know, I like the Feral Manticores because it's a cheap terror option that you can use kind of in mobile situations, but against Bretonnia, it can be risky. They skew heavily into the air. Then you can be at pretty severe risk. But yeah, great work, of course, from the Knights here also. 109 kills for those Knights of the Realm, some chevrons. Yeah, great stuff. Very well played to Sticks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that and are enjoying the new hotfix. Feel free to leave a comment below. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. That way, every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.